So, as we know, you're a biomechanical expert, and we would like to know how you have come to this occupation choice and what did you find interesting at first about biomechanics?
Well, it's been a long journey. What I am doing here is personal training, and just getting people moving better and feeling better. So I started as an engineer. I then worked as an engineer for a little while. Wasn't a huge fan of doing that, so I had a chance to go back to school. That's when I decided to apply engineering to the human body, which is the biomechanics. So I worked specifically in that field for a while. It was kind of like a scholarship opportunity, so it had a limited time period that I would be doing it in that capacity. And during that time, I was personal training on the side, so I decided to take that expertise, the new neural stuff that I was learning at the time as well, and then blend all that into making my own business of a personal training studio. So that's how I came about to creating Matrix, and it's been a long, entertaining ride since then.
And we were wondering how has this experience led to you?
So that was during the time I was working as on the scholarship that I said. So I was at a research lab up in Natick, applying the biomechanics skills. I was, running the lab there, and so we would do a number of different tests with the soldiers that would come through to kind of figure out if load carriage, if there were different certain amounts of load that were too much or would wear a soldier down, and you would have to give them X amount of break and that kind of stuff. Um, we also did a lot of work on creating what are the gender neutral standards now for the military to get into different occupations. Um, so there's we really had to go in and analyze like what is required to do all these different military roles, and then take that information, create tests that simulated that so that anybody who passed the series of tests we know would be able to fulfill those roles in the military. Um, so all of that really, as far as to my current business, was about the application of my education, learning how it works in the real world, and then spending all that time studying how people are moving, studying the physiological responses to these different tests that we gave them. You can see all that play out in the people you work with here as well. You can read them better, know when they need a break, know when you can push them a little harder, um, that kind of stuff.
In your previous interview, which me and Renata watched together on the Building You official page, you said that the pandemic has led to the expansion of Matrix.
Mm-hmm.
You guys started virtual sessions,
Mm-hmm.
and we were wondering if you still have that format, and has there been any modifications or improvements since then?
So we're not doing the virtual sessions anymore. All the clients are back in the studio, and that's definitely their preference, is the in-person aspect of it. However, during that pandemic time, we also teach a yoga class here once a week. And so those were all being filmed throughout the pandemic. And so now that filmed library of classes has become another offering that I have for people. So they can sign up for a membership, and similar like you would to other streaming services, they can access those videos on demand whenever they would want to do a class. And so we have some new customers who are doing that, taking advantage of it.
I'd like to ask you about your day offs, if you don't mind. And how does your typical day look like and what you generally do on your day off? So, could you
So,
share?
yep, I try my best to make Sundays like my day off. Um, Throughout the week, in my time off, I do play some different sports. I play hockey, I play tennis. So I do make room for that in the evenings. As a side piece to Matrix, I also teach group exercise classes at a gym. Matrix gets put on hold for me to be able to do that. So throughout the week, I'm staying active, getting exercise, seeing people in all of those settings, which is really nice. So then when it comes to my one day off a week where I don't have anything Matrix related, I try and make sure I get everything business related done on the other days so I can actually take Sunday to myself. And then it's, you know, just relaxing, getting prepared for the next week. If the weather's nice, going out and doing something out in nature. We have a beach nearby, or going hiking or snowboarding in the winter seasons. So staying active, but stepping away from those other business pieces.
Thank you so much.
Absolutely.